Bring it down. Lie onto your back. All the way to the floor. Feet to the edges of the mat. Knees resting in. Hands on the belly. Eyes closed. Take a big breath in. Big exhale, let it go. Big breath in. Big exhale, let it go. Hold the breath at the top. So take it all the way in. As you're holding it, try and bring in a little bit more air. And then let it all out. Every last drop. Breathe in. All the way to the top. Keep going, keep going. And let it out. Breathe in. All the way, all the way, all the way. And then let it go. Okay, nice, regular, steady breath. And if you can, just soften the lips. Gently close the mouth. Still want to be drawing in quite a full breath. Maybe it's not so big, but there's still a lot of expansion through the chest, the lungs, the rib cage. And then take the arms out to the side. Either cactus the arms or stretch them out straight. Let both knees fall over to the left all the way. Keep reaching that right knee over. See if you can touch the inside of the right knee to the floor. So really try and encourage it down to the left. Okay, come back through center. Both knees go over to the right. Keep going with that left knee. Keep going. Knee down to the mat. Keep going. And bring it back. Go once more each side. So all the way over to the left. Inside of the right knee wants to touch the floor. And then come back through center. Take it over to the right. Inside of the left knee. All the way down. And bring it back to center. Hug the knees in. As you're hugging them in, take them slightly wider than the body. Lift the feet up to the sky, reach for the feet, happy baby, trying to pull the hips down, pull the thighs towards the body, breathe in, and breathe out. See if you can just straighten the legs a little, don't force them or lock them out straight, but just push the heels up to the ceiling, a little bit higher than you started. And then cross the legs, rock yourself up to a seat all the way. Sit with the hands on the knees, nice and tall. Lift the shoulders up to the ears, pull the shoulders back and down. Lift the shoulders up to the ears, pull the shoulders back and down. Go one more lift. Bring it back and down, hold, and then pull them back, lift up, and round forwards. So you're rolling them in the opposite direction. Take them back, squeeze, lift, and roll them forwards. One more. Go back, squeeze, feel the shoulders come together, lift, and round forwards. And then let the arms go. Right hand out to the side, left arm lifts. Keep walking the right fingertips away. Stretch that left arm over as far as you can. Go stronger in the reach. So lengthen, breathe. Exhale. Lift back up both arms to the sky. So there's a slight chance to use the waist, pull in and up. Take the left hand down, right arm over. Breathe. Stretch through the fingertips. Lift through the ribs. So side ribs here, try to really fan open. Big breath. Exhale. Lift yourself back up. Take both arms to the sky. Reach nice and tall. Exhale, take the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Open across the chest. Squeeze the shoulders down. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Draw your knuckles back behind you. So really make space across the chest, across the collarbones. Maybe fingertips or knuckles are to the floor so you can push against the resistance of the ground. Lift your chin. And then release out of that. Come over to all fours, hands down, step your knees back. Instead of being on the flats of your hands, rise up to the fingertips. Breathe in, open the chest, look forwards. Breathe out, arch around, lengthen the arms, push the fingers down. Breathe in, take it forwards, squeeze the shoulder blades back, almost guide the chest forwards, round, and maybe go further back than you normally do. So inhale, look forwards, move forwards. Exhale, round, take it back, maybe all the way back to a child's pose. Inhale, bring it forwards, all fours, open the chest. Exhale, all the way back, maybe to a child's pose. And then to all fours, hands down. Tuck the toes, stretch it back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up to the sky. Pedal through the feet. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Lengthen the arms. Ears are in line with the biceps. So you're not lifting the head and lifting the ears, and you're not totally dropping through, but instead the head sits in that window between the upper arms. Reach your right leg high. Bend the right knee. Open the hip. So that right hip faces over to the right side of the room. As you're doing that, pull your right heel into the back of the hips. So try and close the gap between your calf and the back of your thigh, squeezing the heel in towards the hips. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee into the chest, step forwards, rest the back knee down, release the toes, lift up, big breath in, big breath out, go forwards into that left hip. Breathe, lift yourself back. Exhale, go forwards. Breathe, lift yourself back. Exhale, go forwards. One more lift. Exhale, take it forwards. Take the hands down inside of your right foot. Wriggle your right toe, your right toes forwards. Pull the toes back to the face. So you have a stretch through the back of the right leg. Breathe. And exhale. In. And exhale. Walk your hands one hand width back towards you, so they're closer, and come up to your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. Exhale, flats of the hands and fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift to the fingertips. Exhale, flats of the hands and fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, still pulling the right toes back to the face, lift. And fold. Push down into both hands. Take your right leg all the way to the back. Kick your right heel to the back of the room. Hold it there. Balance the hands out. As you're holding that right leg back, take your left arm forwards. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it for 3. Lift the hand, lift the foot just a little bit higher for 2. And 1. Place the hand and the knee down. Tuck the toes, stretch it back. Left hand side, left leg goes high. Drive up. Push the heel up. Lengthen the body. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Squeeze your left heel into the back of the body. So close that gap between your heel and your hips. Feel the calf touching the hamstring. Bring your left knee in and step. Place your back knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out, go forwards. Big breath in. Big breath out, go forwards. When you inhale, lift, really drive down into that left foot. You should feel it beneath the leg. Go forwards. push into that left foot. One more, forwards. And push into the foot. Take the hands down. Wriggle those left toes forwards and straighten the front leg. You might not need to wriggle it as far forwards as others. It's just kind of working out the length of your leg and making sure you're not bending back too much over this right knee. Breathe. And exhale. In and out. So the toes stay pulling back. You're strong in that left leg. Walk your hands back, one hand in distance to the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to the fingertips. Lift, extend. Exhale, fold. Even if you don't feel like there's that much movement, it'll come with time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take one more. And exhale. Hands stay down. Left leg goes all the way back. Drive that left heel to the wall behind you. Balance out through both hands. And then reach the right arm forwards and we're holding it. Lift your right hand an inch higher. And your left foot an inch higher. 3, 2, 1. Hands down, knees down, toes tuck. Stretch it back. Big breath in. And big breath out. Forwards to a plank. Pull the waist in as you come forwards. Squeeze the inner thighs. Step your toes together. So you have one strong leg. And then you're lowering down. All the way. Find the ground. Point the toes. Roll the shoulders back like you did when you were seated at the start of practice. And lift the chest. Chest is pulling forwards. Exhale, take it back down. Toes tuck. Knees bend back to all fours. Pull the hips, lift it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Do that again and we'll really work on that rolling through the shoulders. So step your feet together. Come forwards to a plank, squeezing the inner thighs. And if you can, push yourself further forwards of your wrist. It might feel like too much. In that case, just drop back a little, but we're trying to bring the shoulders over. Lower all the way down. Find the ground. Don't move the hands. Pull the shoulders back and use that to open the chest. Breathe in and out. Let it go. Back to a child's pose. Hips all the way back and adjust the knees. Go wider. Wider so you can sit further back. Forehead to the ground or to a block or to the back of your hands. Big breath in. Big breath out. Breathe. Exhale. In and out. One more. Soften the shoulders. Don't let them hug or grip to the ears. Reach the hands out in front of you. Push into the hands like your palms are glued down to the floor. Pull yourself forwards into all fours. So that as you come forwards, I'm just going to demonstrate that again. I want you to feel like this area underneath your armpit is really strong. You're trying to pull the arm back. So really pull and feel this strength as you pull forwards. Tuck the toes. Lift it back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take your right foot forwards. Keep your back knee lifted. High lunge. Breathe. Exhale. Same as when we were in a low lunge. We're going to lift as we inhale. Go into the left hip as you exhale. Lift as you inhale, and that comes as you drive down into that right foot. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Right arm forwards, left arm back, warrior two. Adjust your feet. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Take the right hand inside of your right knee and push out. So feel that stretch down the inner thigh. Breathe. Exhale. And quite firmly, so you feel that right shoulder pull back. Then release the hand. Take it up, arch back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Turn the right toes to face the left side of the room. Fold it down, hands to the floor. Crown of the head faces down. Soften your knees. Hold opposite elbows and give yourself the chance to sway. You need to walk your feet a bit closer and walk it in. Just bob from side to side. Breathe. Exhale. In and out. Hands below the face. If you have blocks at the top of your mat, we're going to use them. Walking round towards the right foot, adjusting the feet so both or all the toes point to the top of the mat. Hands are either side of your right foot or to blocks. Those legs are working towards straight. You don't have to be straight yet. You might have a bit of a bend in both knees. And with time, you let the upper body lean forwards and the thighs, the lower body lift up. Breathe in and out. Breathe. Exhale. If your hands are on blocks or very comfortably down to the floor, push into your hands. And as you push into your hands, pull in through the waist. So use those two opposing forces. See if they help you find length through the spine. So you're pulling in, up through the hips and pushing forwards through the shoulders. 2, 1. Step your left foot in to meet your right foot, fold. On that fold, let the body hang and then roll up to standing. Go slow, no rush. Sweep the arms nice and high, big breath in. Big breath out, interlace the hands at the back of the head. Inhale, open the elbows nice and wide, trust yourself to lean back. Exhale, round the spine. Can you bring the elbows to touch? Inhale, open the chest, trust yourself to lean back. You can squeeze the glutes so you know your lower back is protected. Exhale, round. One more. And round. Then bring the hands into prayer. Balance down into your right foot. Lift the left knee into the chest. Hold it there. So just notice if you start to lean back, bring yourself back into a straight line. So from your heel to your hip, right ankle, right hip, all the way up to the shoulders. Lift the crown of the head. Lean the torso forwards, kick your left leg back. Breathe. Lean forwards. Lift the left heel higher. I've done such a good job of growing this plant, it's starting to take over my studio. I'm gonna have to rehome it. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift that left heel higher. And exhale, step back, high lunge. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. Lower that back knee all the way down, breathe out. Take the right hand to the right hip, lean your left arm over to the right. Take a nice big stretch through that left side, maybe your right fingertips come down to the floor. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Rise up, lift both arms up, then bring the hands down to the inside of the foot. Now, if you have blocks, I would stack the blocks one on top of the other and rest your elbows onto the blocks instead of going all the way to the floor. If you don't have blocks, you can go to the floor or you can stay on your hands. But elbows is a nice halfway point. Maybe you shuffle that left knee back just a bit further. So you get a nice long stretch through the left thigh. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And if you've used 2 blocks, then maybe next time you do this in a class, you can just try using 1 block. And you slowly work your way down to the ground. Rise up to the hands. Just take your blocks out to the side. Use them after. Step back to all fours. And take it back to downward facing dog. You stay the way you're going. I'm just going to spin it around for me. Downward facing. Hips lift. Heels push down. Head sits in that window between your biceps. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make sure your first finger knuckle is pushing down into the floor. So you want leaning your weight into the wrist, but instead you're using the whole hand to ground you. Left leg lifts up, big breath in. Left knee comes into the chest, big breath out, step forwards. Rise up, we lunge. Lift all the way, inhale. Exhale, bend both knees. So as you inhale, push into that left foot. And then as you exhale, we go lower. Inhale, push into that left foot. Exhale, lower. Push. And lower. Push. And lower. Open into warrior 2. Take it wide. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take your left hand inside of that left knee and almost push out. So you feel that shoulder pull back, open across the chest, apply pressure so you feel that stretch through the left inner thigh, and then release, reverse. Take it back, open. Breathe, soften the shoulders. Exhale. Breathe in and out. Bring it back to warrior 2. Straighten your left leg, turn your left toes in and fold it forwards. Bring your hands down and fold. Hold opposite elbows. Sometimes people say to me, oh, you told me to, soften my shoulders, and my shoulders were really tight. It's because I can see myself making the same mistakes. So I see it and then I'm like, well, if I'm doing it, probably everyone's doing it. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Take another big deep breath and let it go.
Hands push beneath the face. Start to walk the hands round to the left foot, reaching for blocks if you have them, and adjusting your feet so that both toes face to the top of the mat. So both legs are straight, and you're on blocks if you have them. If not, you can use your fingertips or your hands. It's just, the blocks just make life a lot easier. So you can think more about your alignment and what you're trying to get from the practice without forcing anything. Breathe in and out. Big breath in. Big breath out. If you're using the blocks, push into your hands. Push into your hands, pull up through both thighs. So start from the inner arches of the feet, lift the inner arches, then engage your thighs, lift the knees, then pull the waist in and push down through the arms. So we lengthen the whole back line of the body. 2, 1. Step your right foot forwards, both feet together at the top of the mat, and roll up slow. Sweep both arms up to the sky, big breath in, reach the arms up and back, take a big back bend. Exhale, fold it all the way forwards, reach your hands down for the backs of the ankles. Bring yourself into a fold. We'll do that twice more. So roll up through the spine. Roll up, squeeze your glutes, take the hips forwards, open the chest, lift. And take it forwards, pull the waist in. Last one, roll up. Squeeze your glutes, open the chest, lift. And then take it down. Rest the weight of the upper body forwards into the toes. Let the hips lift, let the hamstrings lengthen. And then lift your chest halfway. Bring the hands into prayer. Lean into your left leg and kick your right leg back. Come into warrior 3. Breathe. Lift the right heel. Lengthen the crown of the head forwards. Breathe in. And out. Breathe. And out. Step back. Rise up. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take that back knee to the floor. Release the back toes. Left hand, left hip. Reach your right arm over. Breathe. If your left fingertips touch the floor, you can take them down. You'll have to be quite low into the hips if you want those fingertips to come down, but you could use a block. Reach up and over. Rise back up. Lift both arms to the sky. Step your left knee back next to your right knee, so balance. Both knees back. Take your hands like you're sliding them into pockets on the back of your trousers. And as you're doing that, really try and squeeze the shoulders and the elbows together. Engage your glutes, so feel that strength beneath your fingers. Open the chest and lift the chest, look up. Look up. You don't need to hinge in the neck. It's all coming from the front of the body. So you don't, I'm hinging in my neck to look at you, but you don't need to. You're looking up to the sky. Squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Sit your hips to your heels and just tuck the toes. Stretch the soles of your feet. Bring the hands onto your thighs. Maybe here for a few breaths. So close the eyes, soften the shoulders. And if it feels tight, I can guarantee it feels worse for me than it does for you today. Make sure your little toe is really tucked under. It's not sticking out to the side. We're here for 3 more breaths.
Try not to rush them. Okay, bring it forwards to the hands. Pat your toes out, just kind of shake or wriggle the toes, roll the ankles maybe. And then tuck, stretch it back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog should feel nicer for that. Heels should feel like they can push further away. They don't have to reach the floor. That doesn't matter. But you want to be able to send them further away as you move through the practice. Go an inch wider with the feet each side, 1 inch out to the right and to the left. Bring it forwards to a plank. Hold that plank, shoulders over your wrists, heels to the left, toes to the right, side plank. Lift your right arm. Hold it there, hips where they are. Right arm reaches over so you get more of a stretch through that right side. And then maybe lift the hips higher. 3, reach, lift, 2, 1. Back to plank. So reset, bring it through the middle, roll and face to the left-hand side of your room, lift the left arm, hold the plank, take your left arm overhead, then let the hips lift, stretch through that left side, shorten and strengthen through the right side. Breathe. 2, 1. Back to a plank. Rest the knees to the floor. We're going half a push-up. So pull the waist in, tuck the tailbone if you feel that you have a tendency to drop in the tummy. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Half a push-up. Drive away from the floor. Half a push-up. Push. If you struggle with your push-ups, really think when you push away, don't think about, I've got to do a whole push-up. Think about just shoving your hands into the floor as hard as you can. Not with injuring yourself, with power. So come down and then really think about how much can I push my hands into the floor. One more, how much can you push your hands into the floor? Walk the knees forwards. Cross the legs. Roll it back and take the legs out wide. Pull the toes back to the face. If you find that you roll back into the hips a little bit and you did grab a pillow or a cushion or something, you can sit on that instead of being flat on the floor so that it elevates your pelvis a little bit. And then, so you sit on it and then you think about tipping a little bit forwards and it just makes your hips anteriorize. So it makes them roll forwards a little bit and then it's a bit easier. Ever so slightly. Every little helps, right? Lift the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine someone is pulling your wrists and then they're pulling you forwards. And you're only going to go as far as you can tolerate and maintain a straight line through the arms and through the spine. Your toes are pulling back to the face. Someone's lifting, stretching, pulling your arms, and then bring the hands down. And you can let the weight of the head bow forwards. Breathe. Exhale. If you're comfortable there and you can rest, so maybe that's by resting hands or elbows, you can stay there. If you can reach your blocks, first of all, is the first part of this, but if not, you can almost make a rest point for your head by stacking your blocks. You might find that one block isn't enough. Obviously, don't make a very unstable tower. Make a stable one. Maybe you rest. You might not find it very comfortable. I quite enjoy it, but it's not for everyone. It depends how hard your blocks are. Alternatively, if you're not that close to the floor, but you do want to rest your elbows, then you could bring your elbows onto blocks. It's nice if you can be somewhere
that you can actually let the weight of your body drop forwards. As you're doing that, just see if you can wriggle the heels out a bit wider, ever so slightly. Toes still pulling back to the face. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. I'm going to come up. Keep the legs as they are. Place the right hand in front of the pelvis. So just going to bring the right hand to the floor. Reach your left arm up and over. Stretch as far as you can over to the right. You might find that right elbow comes inside of your thigh. If it does, you can push. So see how much it opens my chest. So if I just collapse, I'm here. But if I push into that right elbow, I can almost use it to spiral my chest open up towards the sky. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. One more big breath. Exhale. Lift up with the left arm. Pull yourself all the way up. Just let the left hand come down. Close the eyes. Notice the difference through the left side and the right side. And then take the left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Keep lifting. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Comes all the way over. And if that left elbow has fallen inside of your thigh, you can rotate the chest open. So another way to think about that is imagine you're leaning back against the wall. Or some of you I'll have assisted and kind of pulled your ribcage open, so you can kind of think back to that idea of rolling the chest so it faces up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Three, two, one. Rise up all the way. Take both hands. Bend. Easier said than done. Bend the knees. You're going to take your left shin, so it's parallel to the front edge of your mat, so whether you're at the top of your mat or your side, and you're going to take your right toes back and point them back. So your left foot comes to meet your right knee, and let me just show you. I've said this, I think most of you will know, but make sure those toes are pointing back as opposed to sticking out to the side. So they want to be pointing back. And you're going to take your left hand behind you, reach your right arm up to the sky. Push your hips up. Drive your hips forwards, reach your right arm back. So you get a big stretch through the right thigh and the inner left thigh. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. 2. And 1. Slowly bring it down. And we'll shake the legs out. So take them out, give them a shake. And then right shin is parallel. Left toes point back. So your front foot touches your left knee. Right hand behind you. Left arm lifts up. Drive the hips up and forwards. So push them forwards. Squeeze your glutes. Opening through the left hip. Right inner thigh. Opening through the chest. Maybe if you're tight in the shoulders, it's more of the chest that this gets you. That's okay. You'll feel it where you need it. Hopefully. That's usually the case. Breathe. 2, 1. Bring it down. Okay. Give both legs a shake out. And then this is where you might want to grab pillows or cushions. So if you have blocks, put your block there, and I would lay something over your block so that you're not dealing with the hard edges. and you're going to have that so it's roughly bra area, and you can rest your head back. If that feels too far to rest your head, grab your other block, pop it below. If you don't have blocks, you can grab a cushion. You can do the same. You can place a cushion there. You can make that as high as you like. The higher you make it, the more you're going to get an opening in the chest. So maybe go quite high, and if you have to recline, that's fine. I'm going to start with mine here, see where we get to. So get yourself comfortable, pop something, even if it's only one cushion or a jumper below your back, it's some kind of lift through the chest. Take the arms out wide, and I want you to take the legs out to the edges of the mat as well, so you can turn the toes out and relax through the lower body. If you're very comfortable in Baddha Konasana with the feet together and the knees out, you can go there, but it might be quite a lot to have chest and hips open. You decide. And take a big full breath in and a big breath out. Really thinking about expanding the ribs and opening the front of the body. Think about opening across the collarbones, front of the abdominals and the sides of the waist. Heavy in the hips. And whether your legs are stretched out actually or your feet are together, you should feel some sense of length through the inner thighs and a release through the ankles. If at any time it's too much, you can come off bolsters, blocks, cushions, and just lie down on your back. Just notice how you feel for practicing this evening. Maybe think about what you have on in the coming week. And maybe in your head now, just flag the areas or the times, the days that you can put some time aside to practice or to do something for yourself. Acknowledging how you feel now and noting the benefit of that, making it a priority this week. If you have the feet together and the knees out, slowly lift one knee at a time and then extend the legs straight. Point the toes, reach the arms back overhead wherever you are, interlace the hands and push the heels of the hands away. Make your body as long as you possibly can. And then keep the eyes closed. Slowly come up to a seat. All the way. Sit with the legs crossed, grab a cushion or pillow and sit onto that so your seat is slightly comfier for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Then we're going to take the right hand, do alternative nostril breathing. It's like a nice balancing breath. So you're going to take your thumb and that's going to block your right nostril. And you can use your ring finger. That's what you're meant to do. I find it awkward. I would rather use my thumb and my first finger, but you do you. It should be ring finger officially, but no one cares. I don't care. You know where we're going. Right thumb on the right nostril and finger ready to block the left. But before we do that, take a big breath in through the left.
block the left and take a big breath out through the right. Big breath in through the right. Block the right. Big breath out through the left. Try and make the breath's length match. Breathe in through the left. Block. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Block and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block and breathe out through the left. 2 more rounds will finish on the left. So breathe in through the left. Block and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block and breathe out through the left. 1 more round in through the left. Block and out through the right. In through the right. Block and out through the left. Release the hand. 5 steady breaths in and out. 4 more on your own. Then bring your hands into prayer heart center. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And bow the chin into the chest. Thank yourself for making time to come and practice. Sorry for the class change time, but that's seemed to work all right. I will see you bright and early for Pilates in the morning.